Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And today I'm going to talk about Neptune's Amber Crown. And it's going to be Hira by Stéphane Humbert Lucas, House of 777. Now, as you all know, Stéphane Humbert Lucas, which I already did a review of Black Gemstone on my channel, he is a master perfumist as far as the Oriental fragrances goes. And he definitely concentrates on the modern Oriental fragrances. And this one is his top-notch, the most beautiful gem in his collection, as far as his opinion goes, and also as far as my opinion goes. This is just a gorgeous, beautiful fragrance that I have never smelled anything like this in my life before. This is not a fragrance that you have ever smelled in your life. It's a very unique fragrance. It's very rare. To be honest with you, there's nothing out there that I can compare this to. It smells, again, otherworldly. It smells like a fragrance that's very hard to even describe. Now, with that being said, Hira is perhaps the finest amber fragrance in the world. Isn't so much of an opinion as it is a matter of pedigree. Now, Stéphane Humbert Lucas became fixated on creating an amber scent that would spare no expense. He looked for the most precious ingredients in the globe for this, and the process took him 2 years of dedicated work, but the result is nothing short of extraordinary. And Hira, the powerful, authentic scent of fossilized ambergris, a massive work that Lucas considers the diamond of his collection. And this one is definitely the diamond of my collection. Now, I got the chance to speak with Mr. Stéphane Humbert Lucas himself, and he provided me an information regarding what actually Hira means and how he came up with that name, which I thought it was interesting, which I'm going to read it for you guys. He said, regarding Hira, it's a cave on the mountain of Jabal al-Nur near Mecca, where the Prophet Muhammad spent a lot of time meditating. He received his first revelation from the Archangel Gabriel. Now, powerful, complex, yet comfy. That's the diamond of your collection, and that's very true. It's definitely a very comfy type of a fragrance. And as far as the story behind it goes, it makes the fragrance even more exotic and even more precious. As he said it himself, and even his website, they don't really put out the pyramid of the notes of this fragrance. He's trying to keep it as secret as possible, but he just says that there are fossilized, or there is fossilized ambergris in this fragrance. But when you smell, you can tell that there are a lot of other notes in this fragrance that make this fragrance just a masterpiece. Now, this is truly Neptune's Amber Crown. Pure simplicity and salty sweetness is what you get with this gem, coming from the deepest darkness of the ocean. Neptune's hidden amber, believe it or not. The juice is very refined, pure, sexy, and cozy. And if you look on my channel, I made top 10 coziest fragrances for winter, and this one is definitely on that list. So check it out to find out where I put this on that list. Now, I believe the magic is coming from the ambergris, or I should say fossilized ambergris, and how it provides to the sweetness of the amber/labdanum the counterpoint of the saltiness and the naughtiness of this fragrance. It's quite addictive, believe it or not. When you spray it, you constantly want to go back and forth. Now, I'm going to do an initial spray, and I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to spray it on my hand, because this is just a gorgeous fragrance. It's actually one of my top fragrances, probably my #1 most comfortable, cozy, and special fragrance in my collection. This is just unbelievable. So good. Like, I have never smelled anything like this. It just very difficult to describe. I can definitely see it's fossilized. There's a smokiness about it. there is also a sweetness, a gourmand vibe about it. There is a darkness and mysteriousness about it. There, when I smell it, I imagine a fabric. Like I imagine a fur of an exotic animal. That's what it comes into my mind. It has like a spiciness to it as well. It has this Mediterranean spices in it, but at the same time, it's very luxurious and high class, but then at the same time it's very earthy and it's very warm and inviting and gourmand at the same time too. So it's almost like, it's hard to say, it's almost like a meditation type of fragrance, a fragrance that you want to just wear it for yourself, but then at the same time it's so gorgeous that you want to show it off. And it's one of those fragrances that it would definitely turn heads. Like it's just so beautiful, it's so pure, it's so sexy, and it's so otherworldly when it comes to this fragrance. I just have not smelled anything like this. It's gorgeous. And all I can say is this is what I get as far as the accords of this fragrance goes. I believe there's labdanum in this fragrance, and it's definitely salty. It has this marine type of a vibe about it, but again, at the same time, not. So I don't know how to say it. It's very difficult. You definitely have to get a sample and try it out for yourself to find out what type of fragrance this is, but it's very unique. And this is definitely something that if you are into fragrances and you're collecting fragrances, you definitely have to have this in your collection. It's a gorgeous and beautiful fragrance. Now, with that being said, let's quickly get to performance and longevity of this fragrance. Now, this fragrance performs phenomenal and it lasts for a long time. First of all, it's one of those fragrances, like I said, it demands attention when you walk into a room. It performs really well, and also it lasts very long. It lasts on me between 8 to 10 hours, and then it becomes a skin set. Now, it's not a linear fragrance. It's multifaceted. It starts out spicy, it starts out warm spicy, salty, dark, and then it turns into this gourmand, sweet, smoky type of a fragrance. It's very interesting, and I think everyone will have their own take on this fragrance. It's nothing set to stone. So again, this is my take on it. This is what it comes into my mind when I smell this fragrance. But I can tell you that this is probably the best fragrance out of his line to my nose when I smelled all his other fragrances. So I truly, truly love this fragrance, and it's one of my best fragrances. So as far as the longevity goes, I said it does about 8 to 10 hours, and then it becomes a skin scent. And for that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now, let's get to the projection and sillage. The projection sillage is great. It projects about 4 to 5 feet, and it has a beautiful sillage where it turns heads and people want to find out what you're wearing. When you're far away, it smells differently, as when you get closer, it smells differently. But both ways, it smells phenomenal. When you smell far away, it smells great, and then when you get close to the skin, when you smell it, it smells wonderful. And that's what I have for the projection sillage, and I will give it a 9 out of 10 as well for projection sillage. Now let's get to the compliments of this fragrance. This fragrance gets a lot of compliments. Even though it's a niche type of fragrance and it's not a mass appealing type of fragrance, but you get a lot of compliments. If you're dressed right, it's a very special, unique type of a smell that it would get you the right compliments. Now, you probably are not going to get as much as Creed Aventus or all those mass appealing fragrances, but it's a very unique type of fragrance that it would give you compliments if you wear it and you have the right attitude about the fragrance and you have the right personality. So you have that half and half when it comes to this fragrance, and that's usually what you get with artistic type of fragrance, and this is definitely an art in a bottle. But to me, and I promise you, to people that are into fragrances, this is a 10 out of 10 when it comes to compliments. It's just a gorgeous fragrance, and for that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 to this fragrance. Now, as far as just in general goes, I think that it would get a 6 out of 10 because again, if you're into freshy type of fragrances and if you're into mass appealing type of fragrances, this is not going to be your fragrance and you're not going to get a lot of compliments with this fragrance. So that's as far as the compliments goes for Ohira. Let's get to versatility of Ohira. Now, Ohira is a cozy, warm, sensual, inviting type of a fragrance. And it's also gourmand a bit at the same time. It's an oriental type of fragrance. It's actually a modern oriental type of fragrance. So I would say it would do great for fall, and it would do great for wintertime. Some places, again, in springtime, at nighttime when it's cool, you can definitely pull it off. But winter, it would be too cloying and it would be just too much. In summertime, it would be too cloying and it would be too much for the hot weather. So I would definitely try this in colder weather and somewhere that it's actually snowing. That would be perfect for a place that snows and you guys have a fireplace and you guys want to just chill and hang out by the fireplace. It's definitely a cozy, warm, and inviting type of fragrance. It's gorgeous fragrance. And for that and for versatility, and because you kind of wear it everywhere and there's only certain seasons that you can wear this, I'm going to give it, unfortunately, a 6 out of 10 for Ohira. Let's get to the uniqueness of this fragrance. Well, this is definitely a very unique fragrance. I have to say I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a gorgeous type of fragrance. It's something that I never smelled before. You cannot compare this to anything out there. There's nothing that smells even close to this. And it's very unique. It's its own fragrance. And like I said, they don't even put out the notes of this fragrance. So you kind of have to guess what are the notes of this fragrance. And that definitely makes this fragrance very special and very unique. And as far as uniqueness goes, I'm going to give this fragrance a 10 out of 10. Now, with that being said, we get to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And hopefully see you guys soon with another video. Peace and ciao.